Yo, and welcome to Fishyyy watches the AI crash into each other. Volume 3000. Well, we have been working on some modifications to the existing AI. All of you have probably seen the AI attack bombers head-on by now, and I have been fiddling with it a bit, like changing values and just checking how that changes stuff. So this is the latest iteration of my value changing. I'm like changing an offset from 2000 meters to 2500, and then I check how this like works out. So I'm gonna use a test mission on easy difficulty so that I can switch perspectives to every aircraft and stuff, just to watch how well the AI works, or not. And yeah, if you are interested in that stuff, stay here. Otherwise, yeah, this is not gonna be serious or anything, it's just a test. And yeah, during time acceleration, there are gonna be low FPS, so I cannot do anything against that, but I'm not gonna sit here through a test in normal speed just to have good FPS, yeah. So I'm currently watching a fighter of this blue flight over here, and the bombers over here, with the white one being the B-17 that I am in. I'm just flying on autopilot and that I'm not gonna be in the B-17 in this, but just saying technically I could change to a gunner seat or something and see how the AIs look from the bomber's perspective. Maybe I do that later even, but the primary focus is on seeing how the fighter AI works, and of course I can see that best while looking at the fighter AI. Okay. So it's supposed to be random now from where the AI attacks a little bit. They are supposed to attack from either front left or front right, and from a little bit varying heights, and the distance from how far in front of the bombers they attack is also randomized now, quite a lot. So they should do straight head-on attacks from like 10 to 12 o'clock or something, and even some slashing attacks from like 9 o'clock, or even sometimes kinda rear attacks from 8 to 7 o'clock, hopefully. Okay. Is number 9 engaging? It looks like it. Let's switch to number 9. Here we go. Yep, that is looking nice. He does a slashing attack. That's not the healthiest way to attack, yeah. But from the bomber that was attacked, it would still look spectacular. That is the point. Bunch of 110s in the mission as well, 210s, but they are gonna engage later, so for now we are gonna watch the 109s, which engage first. Seems to be undecided, this one. Number 3 looks like he's going in. Yep, nice. So that's me, and so that I don't have to switch through all the enemies, but only through a few, I just switch to my view again, and then I can pretty quickly go to number 1 here again. Looking good so far. I might have overdone it with the side spacing. I'm trying to avoid that fighters overtaking fly in gunner range. Yeah, that's not quite working out with a big spacing to the side. Yeah, this is pretty stupid. I wish there was like a function that made them automatically stay at some distance from bombers while overtaking, but we're not that far into development yet. I'm pretty sure I set the maximum head-on spacing to like 4 kilometers, so I'm not quite sure why he's this far ahead. He at least should attack soon. Yep, okay. Let's watch how this turns out. And yeah, for some reason they always barrel roll during this. But here we go, now he's turning in. And barrel roll again. Oh no. Yeah, and they also keep randomly firing sometimes. That's because Checkyersix like entered a thing that forces AI to fire because they like weren't firing head on. Doesn't work perfectly yet, but better than AI not shooting at all, for sure. Alright, the 110s are still very far behind the bomber formations, but they will be catching up. Let me show you. There's a bunch of 110s, and they are like 10 kilometers behind the bombers, but they will eventually get there. So for now, let's try and look at one of those two. Yep. Number 1 is overtaking. So let's speed this up until somebody gets into position. There's a new flight incoming. That's number 1, just changing. Yeah, the thing that what he's doing right now is he's trying to get like over here to get into head-on position, and it's a problem that he doesn't really care that he's flying right into the bomber formation. This was basically fixed with Checkyersix's default head-on attack profile, so yeah, can always revert to that, and then they are usually like flying at a safe distance around the bombers. Yeah, here we go again. He wants to go like to his 1 o'clock, like here, to attack the bombers, and yeah, it's AI. He doesn't really recognize that this is a stupid idea. And as well as from the bomber's perspective, this looks pretty dumb. It's IL-2 1946 AI after all. Eventually we will be getting there. This behavior is fine if they are engaging bombers from the high group, because you can see 190 Y2 over there. He's doing the same thing basically as this one is right now, but because he has a proper height spacing, he's basically out of gunner range and safe. So he can cross over the formation, that's fine. But this one is engaging the bomber in the low group, and even though he flies higher than his target, he's still not like high enough to get out of gunner range of the very high bombers. Which makes sense. Like he's attacking one over here, and he's very much higher than that one, but not that much higher than those. Yeah, AI quirks. At least we have a whole bunch of enemy fighters in this mission, so we're definitely gonna see some nice attacks. It looks like FW-198 might be in position relatively quickly, so let's try and take a look at him. Ah, number 2 is engaging. Perfect. There's a whole bunch of them gathering. Yeah, he scored a fuel fire, so that burning number 5 bomber there is completely doomed. Which leads me to a whole another thing that has to be reworked. The B-17 damage model is catastrophically stupid. Like, did you see that attack that killed the B-17? A flying fortress that was super famous for how much damage it could tank. Yeah, that was enough to bring one down in IL-2 right there. That, like, 2-second burst that the 190 did. There's a smoke, and that's a fuel fire, and that will always cost the bomber the wing. So even if you, like, were dead aircraft and now would go diving to, like, extinguish the fire or something like that, doesn't work, you're dead. Especially when you are, like, multiple hours away from your base. You're just done for. No discussion. That needs to be changed. I'm just saying. Everybody still gathering. Doesn't look like anybody's engaging. They are all getting into position. Might get kind of spectacular when like 3 or 4 of those engage at the same time. Who knows? And again, he can cross over the formation or cross the path of the formation because he's high enough. That's safe. He might engage the burning number 5 again. Which is totally unnecessary as well. Yeah. IL-2 is bad at recognizing what bomber is fatally damaged and which one isn't. There's BF-109 White 8 engaging. I think that might look pretty cool from my perspective. Yeah, he's over there. Number 13. Yeah, one of those 7 o'clock attacks. Not the healthiest way to attack in a 109, but as long as it looks spectacular, I'm fine with that. Okay, BF-110 slashing attack. Hopefully, I hope he fires. Nope, just did a flyby. Too bad. It's interesting that different aircraft behave really different in these head-ons. Or in these slashing attacks, in this new way of attacking bombers that I haven't figured out yet, really. Yeah, now the action begins. A whole bunch turning in at once. 109, 190, 110 attacking at the same time. Come on, open fire, and don't crash into one. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Didn't hit anything, but it looks nice, and it's pretty realistic as well, that you're pretty terrified of that huge bomber formation and that you just fire in some direction and like, I don't want to be here. 110 inbound. Nice. Anybody else? Yeah. B-17 going down. And there's a 109 incoming. It's firing. And another one from the other side. And another one. Yep, this is what I mean. That's how it's supposed to work. If you are in that bomber and you get attacked from like 2 o'clock high, 9 o'clock high, and from 7, that is awesome. For everybody who doesn't know, without these mods that we are trying to make, that I'm currently testing, AI would attack these formations from behind. 6 o'clock level, period. Nothing else. Which is pretty ridiculous. There goes another one. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of fighters now overtaking, getting into position. This is, by the way, pretty realistic. In reality, they would like coordinate and attack like 4 or 12 or something at a time. But this is the best that I can do at the moment. I think it should be possible to make them attack like 4 at a time relatively easily, I think. Maybe? I'm totally not a programmer or anything, I don't have a clue. But programming is a lot of like logic, and when I have a hunch, things usually work. Sometimes. It's like I got hit. Yeah, there are a few holes in the fuselage, and this is one thing that is totally annoying. The bomber AI overreacts to damage. Like, seriously overreacts to damage all the time. Sometimes there's not even one engine damage, and AI will like be forced out of formation for no reason. Ah, one is inbound. Who's that? And where is he? They also still engage stragglers head-on, so it might be that, yeah. I was looking like 2 o'clock high because there's one incoming, and now he's incoming low. He's going for that. I have learned it's not a straggler, it's a lost ship. So he's going for that lost ship down there. Still head-on, which not really necessary. There is supposed to be a function there that checks how many bombers there are, or if there are other bombers near, and if not, they are supposed to do rear attacks to just finish them off, but that either doesn't work, or I think Checkyersix has forgotten to put that in again, I think. One of both. Either it isn't working or it isn't in there. Doesn't matter much for a video because we most probably wouldn't even have noticed that the straggler is under attack, because yeah, we are preoccupied with the 8 aircraft that are getting into position onto us. Maybe. One is inbound. 109-13 inbound. Coming from me. Nah, but for a wingman. Two inbound, 9 o'clock high, and fuel fire. So, let's check the armament of that 109. It might have 3 cannons or just 1. Yeah, that's a 109 with 1 20mm cannon. And he just killed me with that attack. Like where he fired for half a second in like a very strong lead. He had to lead very much, and yeah, that's enough. B-17 down. I can basically now press eject because that wing will come off. Period. If some modder is watching this, please, for the love of God, rework the B-17 damage model. Please! I'm already dead. There's no need to ram me. Yeah. This is like supposed to be one of the raids in which the Germans actually had like roundabout as many fighters as their 8th Earthers sent bombers. So this is actually pretty realistic. The tactics, of course, from the fighters are not 100% accurate or anything. They are way closer to reality than the vanilla AI, and it's the closest I can get at the moment. As I said, this is still in development and just a test. But yeah, pretty cool already, I think. Let's watch like 2 or 3 more attacks and then call it a day. Because as a proof of concept, this is working pretty good. There are the same issues as always, that some stupid AI flies through a formation while getting shot at and doesn't care. But that's actually not happening that much now in this test, and I'm quite happy. 110 attacking. Fuel tank on fire. I know. Never mind, that wasn't an attack, that was a flyby. Again, sometimes. Apparently, sometimes 110s just fly by. What can I do? That 190 is shooting though. And that 109 as well. 110 attacking, nice, and the 109 is going in. So yeah, this is definitely video material, by the way. If I get a chance to like fly this mission in the B-17 with like 5 people or something, but definitely gonna film this. If not something very stupid happens, like the first attacker ramming my B-17 or a B-17 jettisoning bombs on another B-17 and blowing up the whole formation. Yeah, that's always an outtake. He looks like he's flying home now or something. Like throttled back and everything. Let's watch another one. Somebody is always in attack position with the setup. As I said. 2 going through right now. 3 going through right now. Yep, it's not very healthy to fly through the formation to get into attack position. Could have told you. This one looks like he's taking a lot of... like he's wanting a lot of height advantage to do his attack. But not that much frontal spacing, so this is gonna be like a slashing attack from 9 o'clock, maybe even 8? We'll see. Important barrel roll first. Can't just possibly shoot anybody, you have to look nice while doing it. Well, not nice, fancy. Yep. I will call this test successful. These tests don't always go this nice. This is already like a chosen one. Anyway, bye! And he rammed my aircraft and I exploded and I am dead. And of course, 1 bomber bombs another and 5 crash into each other. Can this go any more wrong, please?